Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Texans and the Steelers, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Alongside Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. And finally, Brock, we can say it. Football is back. Look at that. We didn't even practice that. Wins and losses don't quite count just yet, partner. But for a lot of people, us included, we are just happy to see games being played once again.
Yeah, it's been a long wait for fans of the sport. And it's one thing to have a draft and OTAs. It's another to actually start hitting one another. And I know for these guys on the field, they can't wait to hit.
Now we're playing under the lights and some heavy rain here tonight. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. Here's Tremon Smith with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the third-round pick in 2021 out of Stanford, Davis Mills.
And it doesn't take him long to get into a groove. Find that comfortable zone where everything is working for him, where the game slows down. And that's when he becomes most dangerous. Kate, he told us this week he wants to settle into that really early in the game. If that happens, well, it's bad news for this defense.
And his first pass falls incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A strong 9-yard effort there, Brock, and it brings up 3rd and 1. They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Texans going to kick this away on 4th, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. So here are the Steelers now, taking over for the first time. They're led out by the 4-time MVP who's been in this league since 2005, Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Johnson up the middle. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. To the sideline, catch secured. Wow, he made that one look easy for the first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Ball at the 33 for first down. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. He'll cobble together a yard there. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Rodgers here from the gun. Complete to DK Metcalf. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
3rd and 2, Rodgers. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
This is ahead for about 5. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Here's a give up the middle. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here's a give inside to Gainwell. He gets the 1st and more inside the 15. And finally, he's down at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Again, this is Gainwell. He couldn't get anything there, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
They stick with Gainwell. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. It's a gain of 3. That leaves him only a yard shy on 3rd and goal. A tight end in motion now. Gainwell. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. They'll go for it, Rodgers. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Once it became goal-to-goal, Brock, that field goal team just didn't feel like they were ever going to see the field. This team was committed to making a statement on the opening series, even if it meant leaving the offense out there on 4th and goal.
Yeah, I think that's really well said, Kate, for a couple reasons. Number one, you do get a chance to finish, right? So you do all this work to get there, you want to finish it. But you also know if you don't get it, well, you set your opponent up with some really bad field position. I love that decision.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Set to return, this is Braxton Berrios. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This Texans offense readied up for its 2nd drive of the contest. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Play action on 1st down. That pass caught by Tank Dell. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the 1st. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Here's Mills to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Steelers will take over possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Play fake. It's Rodgers. He lets a heater go deep. He's got it deep downfield. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Rodgers. That's DK on the slant. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Handoff here to Gainwell. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Handoff to Hull from the gun. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Here's Rodgers. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. A pistol snap here, Rodgers. That's to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Simply put, Kate, I mean, that's just job well done by the defense. You get a completion on 2nd down and go backwards, that's some pretty superhuman effort and want to from this defense.
Has the connection to Gainwell. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Dicker connects there. And this one is center chains. Couldn't have hit that much better.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Barrios now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Out now come the Texans on offense. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Keeping it with Mixon. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. They'll run here following the penalty. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Pierce up the middle. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
First and 10, a run to Mixon. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. It's a 10-0 ball game. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They're looking at yet another first and 10 on this drive. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face second and 10. First throw for the backup now. This one finds Berrios. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Now looking to throw. Berrios makes the catch. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down? He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The Steelers and Kenneth Gainwell ready for their next possession. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll run. It's Gainwell. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up second and 1. Off the play fake, he'll throw. It's taken in by Washington. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Christian Harris on the stop. Third and a lone yard coming up. Now Gainwell. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
They bring on the punt team, and they get this kick away. And that couldn't have hit any better. That took the perfect bounce and went out of bounds at the 1. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. And they're going to need to go the length of the field to attack that deficit after the punt sets them all the way back to the 1-yard line. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option: run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
Right back it goes to Pierce. He's got a gain of 6 there. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3. Pass play now. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And not a great choice on first down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so second down coming up. He'll look to throw. Cut along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete, brings up third down. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Looking for a throw here. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a first down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Handoff, headed left, Pierce. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back-to-back carries here. And this one doesn't go far. Just a couple on the pickup there, so back-to-back runs leave him with a 3rd and 8. Setting up a throw. Hauled in left side. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. He'll throw it. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't find a home there. Nearly an interception on that play. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. On target to his man, Barrios. And he's brought down after a short gain. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And the deficit remains 2 scores.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Steelers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10. Pass caught by Gainwell. And this one does not go far.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's complete to Wilson. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. This is Gainwell. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Got Washington, it's complete. And not much doing, he stopped quickly.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter, but they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Dicker connects there. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Barrios now to return it. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Houston's offense back out now and ready to go. They trail 13-0 here as they go in search of their opening score. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
They'll go right back to Pierce. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. And it's the Texans with it on 4th and 4. So it'll be Tommy Townsend once again to punt this away. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Steelers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And they were able to... Points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. 1st and 10, looking to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. David Long getting to the spot that time. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Throwing from the gun. Wilson on the slant. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first. The Steelers calling their first timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Looking to the air here. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 32. Caught by Miller. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Here comes Chris Boswell in the Steelers field goal unit. Ball in the left hash, the distance 53 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So we've reached the half of this preseason opener. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you two in just a moment. The preseason is upon us as these two teams get things rolling. They'll have 2 more games after this to get ready before week 1 comes our way. It'll be here before you know it.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Starting from the 5. Returns looking good so far. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. Out comes Pittsburgh. Its offense has it to begin the third quarter. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That finds Miller, complete. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 39. He puts some power on a deep one left. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. They'll try and throw it here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. From the gun, give to Gainwell. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Christian Harris on the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun here. That's brought in by Miller. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. And they had that one contained right at the line. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw now. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that's gonna leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Dropping back to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
He had all the distance and just enough accuracy to send it through. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
When this offense hasn't been able to reach the end zone, he's been able to end their drives with points anyway. That's now his 3rd field goal, and they're grateful to play some add-on.
He lost the football, and the fumble recovery is made. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. Now, they've run into the wall quite a few times, Brock, and like walls tend to do, man hasn't moved. No luck in getting the ground game established. Probably part of the reason why this offense is still searching for its first touchdown.
What's that quote you learned at Cal? About insanity?
Which one? There's so many.
Doing the same thing over and over, but expecting different results. They've tried.
That's the one.
I mean, bless their hearts. They've tried to pound the football on the ground, but the results haven't changed. This front stops them every time, and it sure kept a lot of points off the board.
Oh, I see you, partner. 2nd and 10 now. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Back to throw. He's got Watson. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a 1st down.
Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. No return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Here's a give inside to Gainwell. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Christian Harris on the stop. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. They'll throw it. Completed over the middle. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be Texans football. Now this offense getting set to work here. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Looked like a bit of a concentration drop on that one. And it's going to be 2nd down. Back now, pressure on its way. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. He's going to throw this one. That one's complete, right side. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Nick Herbig making the play. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun handoff to Pierce. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackle made by the special teams ace, Miles Killebrew. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. This is Pierce running right. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it sets up a Houston 1st. Back to throw. Barrios makes the catch. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They give it to Pierce. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. They're throwing it. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Texans set to punt. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And things just seem to keep snowballing for them. Now their special teams is involved. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. shotgun here with Gainwell. And he's brought down for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Wilson's got it. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Third down, 1 yard to go. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Throw left side, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. They'll have him gain up about a handful there. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's tackled for a short gain. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Handoff here to Gainwell. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
The Steelers set to punt it. It'll be Cameron Johnston doing the honors. And it's away, but a total miss hit. You could tell as soon as it left his foot. This one headed for the sideline. And there won't be a return here. This punt is out of bounds. They'll say inside the 40. Now we get a look at this Texans offense. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Pierce up the middle. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. This one finds Berrios.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
3rd down from the gun. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Steelers have the football at the 27-yard line. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
On the handoff, here's Gainwell. And this one doesn't go far. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. They stick with Gainwell. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up. Pass play coming here. Has the connection to Gainwell. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, But A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Short pass brought in. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. 3rd and just 2 to go. A give here to Gainwell. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's a Steelers first down. Again, this is Gainwell. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Skoranek comes in motion right. Running it after the penalty. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They're going play action. Looking right, and he finds him. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They'll run. It's Gainwell. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pass complete to Mechie. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 41. Cut out left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
To the air now on 1st and 10. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. So it'll be 2nd down. They'll throw it again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here's a throw. And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they get a smidgen closer as it's down to 16.
If they wanted any kind of shot here, Kate, to come back in this game, that field goal had to go through and make it a 2-score game. That's only the first of what would need to be several steps here in a hurry to have a chance to try to pull this out.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. It's taken in by Washington. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They go play action here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Fights off the pressure. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they're going to take over possession. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Handoff running right, Pierce. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 36. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. He has the first over the middle. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
He's throwing for it! And no connection on the 2-point try. It fails. Pretty easy to recognize the intensity on that 2-point try. Could have made it a 1-score game, but instead, still a 10-point deficit, Brock. They're going to need a couple more scores.
They sure will. Means more than likely a couple possessions too, Kate. And we're to the point, if you look up at that scoreboard, there's not going to be many possessions left in this one.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Steelers' offense headed out. And they're already up by 2 scores, Brock, but another one here would really put this one out of reach. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's gonna throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
6 yards the pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Hits his running back. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. He's dropping back to throw. That's complete to Wilson. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They send the tight end in motion left. Throwing on 3rd and long. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spot. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. Another drive coming up for this offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
New set of downs for him from the 46. To throw it on 1st down. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field, but in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Connects with Mechie. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. Handoff, headed left, Pierce. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. From the 39. That throw behind his intended target. This one intended for the running back. And that takes them to 3rd down. Now looking to throw. And the Steelers get home. They drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
You could put that sack right into the coverage sack category. You can see the quarterback, he's scanning, right? He's going through his progressions. 1, 2, 3, nobody's open. And then bam, sack lunch.
They need a lot here, but still going for it on 4th and 15. Pass play now. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
The quarterback's so worried about challenging the DBs in coverage, he didn't keep an eye on the lineman in front of him. He threw it right towards them, and it was easy to get a pop and swat away a potential 1st down.
Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. The give now out of the shotgun. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Roman Wilson, the touchdown. Now, I know that's one of his favorite routes to run, Brock, but that has got to be one of a quarterback's favorite throws to make as well, right? Drop it in over the defender and take the lid off the D for 6.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner. They've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Barrios now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. Their offense ready to take the field now. They liked how that drive was going, but the ending, the turnover on downs, yeah, that's something they'll try to rewrite on this series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Finds him over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Working quickly here. Throwing it again here. Completed over the middle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Offense in the hurry up here. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. Buys time, rolling right.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up a Houston 1st. Running back sent in motion. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Texans trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. Has it down close. Touchdown, Houston. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Texans cut the lead down to 10. With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And this is recovered by the Steeler hands team.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Here's a give up the middle. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Another carry for him. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Here he is on 3rd and long. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Final timeout called by the Texans. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So make a check in the win column for the Steelers. And they're off to a good start in the preseason, Brock. Seen a lot of players fighting together for the victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.